Sziasztok! Ez a Poli Podcast legújabb adása. Én Maros Rozália vagyok, a jelenlegi francia Erasmus egyik résztvevője, és a mai adásban a két francia Erasmusos tanárral fogunk beszélgetni. So, today I'm here with Guillaume and Frederic. Please introduce yourself in a couple of words, maybe.
Should I start? Or?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Guillaume. I'm a biology and geology teacher in a French school, and I am working. I am a kind of referent of Erasmus and organizing mobilities, group and individual short time and long time mobilities in different countries in Europe. And I went here in June to prepare this mobility.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Frederic. I am the cinema teacher of my school, also literature teacher. I am the Erasmus coordinator also. What else you need to know? No, it's enough.
That's all,
okay.
yeah. My first question is, what are your impressions about our school? How is it different than yours?
There is a lot of difference. In France, relationship between student teacher may be different because it's more frontal. If you go, you will see when you will come. You will watch a course. There is more people in a classroom. It's about 35 people, and it's more frontal. The teacher speaks, and the students hear. Sometimes they ask few questions, but generally it's like that. Not for any topics.
In science, it's a bit different because we students do a lot of experiments. So we have time, and we don't have 35 students, but only 18.
Yes.
And they have to experiment, to communicate about their results and make a conclusion. And it looks like a real scientific way of thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We try to.
For cinema, it's also the same. It's quite different because we work on artistic subject and we work more on workshop. But most of the time, this is the way the class works. And the second difference, which is very important, you've got a passport and you can miss 2 courses per week, if I'm right.
Per period, I think.
Yeah, we actually have the
In
same
France,
system.
you cannot never do that.
Oh, you were talking about ours. Yeah.
It's impossible for us.
Yeah.
Impossible for us.
When a student is not in a lesson, there is a special office in the school who call the parent, and the student has to come with justification.
Oh yeah, but even if the student misses one class, they call the parent.
And by the end of the trimester or semester, you've got a kind of account, which is write down how many courses you miss. And sometimes it can be, it can fail you for getting a school if you have too much. Because school look after this kind of information. If you miss a lot, they say, oh, this is kind of student who doesn't want to work.
Yeah, okay. Why is this project important for you? Is it important for you?
Yeah, it's important. It's very important for many, many reasons.
Yeah.
Firstly, maybe for communication, because you may know, one of the main objectives for Erasmus is to put together European students and to make them feel being European, to share values and to share also identity. So this is the main point. And second point is, I think, as you may probably watch it or see it, our students in English are not so good in France. We have really a problem about teaching foreign language. So this kind of project makes them speak in English and improve their language.
In France, a lot of people think that French is enough. It's the most beautiful language
of the
world. It is beautiful.
Why other people
doesn't speak French?
It's a big question.
Yeah.
So there is this way of thinking And for students, Erasmus, it's a good way to realize that they must speak in English.
Yes.
For example, in a science lesson, if I give a document in English, I think 2/3 of the class say, "Oh no, it's in English. I don't understand anything." But it's just life.
Yeah.
You will have to read English document, to speak in English, to watch video in English, and that's one of the reasons why we want to develop Erasmus.
And thirdly, what is very important for cinema and artistic project, but especially for cinema, you have to work in a team. And as you may know, sometimes when we work with teenagers, they are quite sometimes close. They doesn't want to share, or it's difficult for them to share. And bringing them in Hungary, making them meeting foreign students, will force them to be more open and to share value and to share their work. And for cinema, it's very important because you work in a team.
Yeah.
And it's you are a teenager now, and from France, Ireland, Hungary, and you will transform the world. Okay, so it's your job for the years to come, and working together for, it could be cinema, it could be theater, it could be science, whatever. The most important thing is to work together and to speak and decide what you want for the future world, because it's not it won't be the one, this one.
Yeah. How did you prepare for the project?
Sorry?
How did you prepare for the project?
Okay. We first of all make a preparation. It was quite difficult because we cannot meet first.
Yes.
And it's quite difficult to prepare an artistic project without meeting. So we say we will have 3 types of project. One which is linked to music, clip, one would be a fiction, and another one a documentary.
Yeah.
And the idea was to make the French student work on your space, I mean Budapest. So we give them a project to think about how is Budapest and how to transform it how to make it as a movie project, because in cinema, space is something very important. Everything is about space. So we say we have 3 projects, and we ask each student to make a proposition, aesthetic proposition with a mood board. A mood board is something you can take any images you want. You can take a quotation. You can take music, and you show to the other to say, for me, this project will look like this. And it was the first step for the students speak each other about the project.
Yeah, and maybe see the other, like what the others want to put in the work, and yeah, it's really useful.
And we wanted to use e-twinning platform.
Yeah.
But
it didn't really work.
It was a bit difficult.
Yeah.
So we worked with the Drive.
Yes.
It was okay. I think next time we have to improve the how e-twinning platform works.
Yeah,
because I think it's a safe place for you to work. Maybe not fast enough for you, because it's easier, I think, to use a WhatsApp or something else. But I think we have to work on it for the next time.
And if we have more time, what would have been great to do is to make a kind of workshop writing, script writing, and we missed that part. But we try to do our best, and we will see what will happen.
In your opinion, how can French and Hungarian students work together?
It's hard to say now. It will depend on the result. I think there is kind of it's always the same, you know. It's hard to discover someone who is different from you. So you need time, and we are very short in time. I don't. Maybe it's a student who must answer this question.
Well, in my point of view, I think you are habitué.
You are used.
You are used to work in team, and in France we work in team in science a lot. I think every week.
Yeah.
But when you ask, when I ask in a group, okay, who is doing this? How do you share the work? Say, oh, I do this, I do this, and at the end it's not really done. To share the work, and I think it's you are very. Most of you, we can see that working in workshop in a group, it's something very easy for you because you do it a lot of time,
Yeah.
and
They have autonomy.
yes, you have autonomy, and for French student, I think it's a bit different. You know, in France, when you ask a student to work in a group in science, for example, it's new if they compare to the other lessons. Or in cinema, I think we are closed in the way we are working because the students in a group have a task or different tasks to do, a production to realize, and they present it to the rest of the class. I evaluate it, and it's not really like this in other topics. So working in a group in France is a bit, maybe it's the same in Hungary. It's like, oh, if I can do anything, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, if I can.
Yeah. And in this team works, what were these strengths and difficulties in your opinion?
Time, technique also is always a tricky part when you do cinema or something. You are very dependent of technique. So if there is something that doesn't work, it takes you time.
Strength, I think you are motivated. You want to do a movie.
You are very involved.
French and Hungarian, you want to do it, and so that's great. Maybe it's difficult to communicate in English with some students because you are very fluent in English, and our students are okay in English, but
not so good sometimes.
Yeah. And
as far as I can see, I see that in each project there is a kind of collaboration, and there is a real aesthetic proposition. So for me, from that point, we already earned something.
Yeah.
And the result, as I always say, the result maybe cannot work. It's not a problem because we already success in working together and having doing something, a project. So sometimes, because we are teacher, and sometimes when you are a teacher, the result is not so important.
It's the way.
It's the process could be sometimes more important.
How would you like to continue this project in France? When will be coming?
It will depend on you, what you want, but we have some.
Yes, maybe you will tell us
some ideas.
What you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah,
we have many ideas.
Yeah, we have many ideas. We are thinking about making something about food and cooking, something about cinema. The idea about cinema will be to show you a movie who speak about Paris, and then you have a quiz and a visit who will be linked to the movie. You will see. So we just talk about it, but it's not
finding places in Paris related to the movie.
And maybe example, if you want, we can do another project, a media project. I don't know. It could be music. It could be cinema, as you want.
Yeah.
Or theater.
And maybe it will be easier because in the cinema classroom there are many computers, And for example, we have a big problem with editing because we haven't got any computer, enough computer. So in France, you can work, for example, 3 people can work on a computer and make their own movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, usually when we make a project, they shoot all together, but for editing, they only work by 2, because editing is quite very. You cannot do it with 5 or 6 people because so 2 is already a lot, and each people do a version, they show it, and they argue after we show it about the choice they made.
Yeah. And do you think that the locations in Budapest were good for filming?
Yeah, it's great. There's so many places.
Such a beautiful town. Yeah.
So many places, so many different texture.
Yes.
We made several propositions to the students. One was about street art. One was about working with sorry, the name of the river.
The Danube.
Oh, yes, Danube. Sorry.
No
The Danube, and also. One of the group make a proposition about the metro, and I go to the place. It was really amazing place, but for the next time we have to manage the authorization.
Yeah, before the project.
Because in France I know it's not possible if you don't have it.
Yeah.
In here it's possible to have it. In France it's very difficult. You have to pay.
Oh.
If you want to shoot in a subway or in a hospital, it's not possible.
Yeah. Have you tried some Hungarian dishes?
We did.
Which ones?
Langos?
Yeah. Did you like langos?
You didn't try it.
No.
You didn't eat it.
Yeah, I tried a bit. It's
Langos,
nice.
it's like in French, it's like a beignet.
Okay.
And cooked in oil. And with cream and cheese, it's really good. I really enjoyed the smoked cheese.
Yeah.
It's really a good taste. And what did we taste?
We tasted
yesterday?
Hungarian wine also, no?
Yes.
The white wine.
Yes, yesterday. You tried goulash yesterday?
Yeah, it was not original. I tried goulash.
And for me it was goose breast with potatoes, roasted goose breast with potatoes, onions, olives, and it's not Hungarian, but we ate beautiful hummus, mutaba in a Mediterranean
food,
restaurant. Or she has tell us it was a good restaurant.
Yeah, and Rob also cooked us goulash soup in the first evening when you weren't here.
Yes, of course.
I missed that soup.
Yeah.
Ah oui, t'étais pas là.
Yeah.
And yes, and so it's just 4 days ago, but it seems so long time ago.
As if it was a long time ago.
Yes, and the cake with
chimney cake. Yeah.
C'est quoi? C'est puppies? What's the name of the little seeds?
Poppy seed?
Poppy
seeds.
Oh,
mákos guba, yeah. We
it was great with vanilla
too.
sauce. It was really good, yeah.
Yeah, and the French students have tried out kürtös kalács, which is chimney cake, but I think you haven't tried that, right?
No,
not yet.
That's great actually too. Yeah.
Okay, we have 2 days.
Yeah. And my last question is, have you learned some Hungarian words?
Yes, we did. Jonapot.
Yeah.
Jonapot viszlát.
Okay.
Köszönöm, köszi. Emelet.
Floor, yeah.
Kijárat?
Kijárat, yeah.
Kijárat.
No rude words at all.
I think that's all.
Okay.
I said to say bon appétit, but I don't remember well.
Jó étvágyat.
Jó étvágyat.
Yeah, like that.
Not bad.
Yeah. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for this lovely interview. Köszönjük a megtekintést, találkozunk a következő videóban.